Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Brothers, this is a story of Jinn, and at the same time, this is the story of the scariest mountain in Saudi Arabia. You can call it a legend, but this mountain of Jinn is not a fade, and everybody knows about it in Saudi Arabia and beyond. First of all, guys, check out NordVPN. The link is in the description below. To support the channel, and please do not forget to subscribe and like the video. This is the story of a rocky mountain. On one of its sides is carved a door, and the mountain is always covered by fog. Nobody dares climb this mountain because of the terrifying voices around it, the shadow casted over it at night. Once you get close to the mountain, your iman, your sanity, and even your life is in danger. Mount Harfa is located in the Bani Umar center of the Muhafada called Al-Namas in Saudi Arabia. Next to this mountain, there is a small mountain called Breast, which is the subject of this video. This small mountain is called At-Sadi. It's surrounded by forests and some villages of Bani Umar. Many stories have been told about this mountain. Some of these stories are true and others are just fake stories. But it was a certainty to the people who lived around the mountain that whoever climbs the mountain or sleeps inside the mountain at night will be destined to become completely insane. Nobody ever came back from this mountain full of jinn and made it alive with a stable, insane mind. You either get out dead or you get out alive but crazy at the same time. It is also told that the carved door on its north side turns in the darkness of the night from solid rock into an iron door, a mighty, giant iron door. The people of the villages surrounding the mountain always talk about hearing sounds of drums and dancing, etc., especially at night. This was so loud and scary that it got to a point where people would completely faint and lose consciousness from fear, even when staying inside their houses. One of the scariest stories that took place around the mysterious mountain is an incident that took place about 8 years ago. This was reported by a resident near the mountain. This guy had catching birds and bird hunting as a hobby. At some point during this trip, he put his sights on a bird that settled on one of the rocks, and once he decided to point the gun at him, he heard a strange sound. He was taken by surprise, and the gun was pulled from his hands and thrown to the ground with a bit of force that it split into two pieces. The bird escaped, and the guy was paralyzed from fear. This hunting experience caused this guy a life of panic. Basically, he had PTSD all his life and continued hearing the voices of the shayateen over and over again. Sorry guys, I have to interrupt my narration and talk about the sponsor of this video, NordVPN. This helps me make more videos and grow this channel. NordVPN is the best VPN software. It is affordable and you can sign up to the service and download it from my link. You can find the link in the description below. It's a software that secures all your devices and allows you to access services that are not available in your country. Islamic shows, non-Islamic shows, sporting events. You can watch anything from any country you choose. If you use free public Wi-Fi, this is a must. This is even more important than your antivirus and even more important than the phone or the laptop itself, since this gonna secure your connection and your photos, videos and bank details all will be safe. Thank you for downloading NordVPN. Another story talks about the real experience of 4 Turkish tourists who dared to climb the mountain after visiting Saudi Arabia. A resident of the village witnessed this story, and we are telling it from his perspective. On my way home from a social event late at night, I was one day surprised by the presence of 4 people of Turkish nationality on the side of the road. So I asked them why they were there at this time, because this was quite unusual. They told me that 2 of their friends had climbed Mount Harfa. They started at 10 a.m. and did not return yet. They asked me to accompany them to climb the mountain and look for their lost friend. So I decided to help them and go climb with them. During the search, we found out that one friend was clinging to a rock and blood was flowing from his hands. We tried everything to release him, but the only thing that worked was reading Ayat al-Kursi. Subhanallah, the friend said that he felt as if the hands of his friend were tied with metallic chains. The guy continues and says, "Our attempts to find the others did not work, so we went to the police and filled a missing person report. Then when we returned to the site with the police vehicle, we found the missing person with his hands covered in blood, while the car in which these Turkish friends came in had suffered great damage. So the friends of the missing person told me, from those who did not leave the place, of course, that their friend had fallen at high speed from the mountain after we left, and he hit their car, and that's how the car was damaged." One of the ruqat from the surrounding village further confirms the story by saying that the group of Turks came to him to read the Quran on one of them after he was possessed by the Jinn following the scary incident. It is not known if the guy was healed, and this is all we can get about this account. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Thank you guys for watching. Download NordVPN and please do not forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Thank you so much again, and Assalamu alaikum.